How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid Group. And I must say, we experienced quite the sell-off inside of the market, but Lucid did show a lot of strength. In my previous video, I was looking for us to have support on the day at $52. And I felt like, you know what, that would have easily been possible if we didn't have the strong sell-off. But instead, we ended up testing $50.95, so pretty much right around the $51 level. This is not too bad either. And of course, I want to make sure you guys are prepared going into tomorrow, so I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know those key levels in a bearish case scenario and as well as in a bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important, it does have an impact on the way the stock performed. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what was the buying and as well as the selling behavior like on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be getting into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Lucid. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $51.14, being down 3.47%. On the low, it tested $50.95, and then on the high, testing $56.24. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 78.499 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 105.726 million shares. So one thing that you can notice right away, we did end up having some pretty good volume on the day, but since the markets did pull back quite a bit, you can see Lucid did show that strength and is continuing to hold up the $50 level. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 59.76. And then when we take a look at the moving averages here in our chart, we have strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So you can see we've been on this strong uptrend and we have been consolidating. Now, the first thing that I want to bring to your attention in regard to support, we ended up testing $50.95, so right around $51. And this is what is really good to see. You could see even back here on the 26th of November, we tested as low as $49.47. So we are seeing increasing levels of support. And on top of that, the market did fairly bad today. So Lucid is showing some strength and there's still a lot of demand for shares. Now, when we take a look at the high of the day of $56.24, I feel if we had a stronger day inside of the market, we could have easily gotten to this 57.50 area, and that's where I would have wanted us to see us get to 60. If we decide to continue to have this pullback, looking at it from a bearish case scenario, I'd want to see $50 hold up. If we can't hold up $50, then I'm going to be looking for some strength right here around $49, and then of course right here around this 47.50 area, which I've mentioned many times already on this channel. So keep an eye on this play and let's see how Lucid performs going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Lucid. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it's at 54.65%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 23.31 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 9.4 million, updated 1 minute ago, and then for the short borrow free rate, it is at 0.53%. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see for the close of the 29th, it was at 50.48, and then for the close of the 30th, which was yesterday, being at 54.65. So it has gone up quite a bit, and what this tells us, there's a lot of negative market sentiment around the stock, and this is going to contribute to its overall volatility. But one thing we do know for sure, there is a lot of demand for Lucid shares, and this is why if we have above average volume coming into the play, we could see those strong moves to the upside that we're looking for. So now let's go into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Lucid. So we could see here on the inflow, it was at 950, and then on the outflow, it was 1,076. So on the large, it was 14.90. On the medium, it was 546, and then on the small, it was 300. 489. Taking a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 25.56. On the medium, it was 611. And then on the small, it was 440. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for December the 1st today, it being that negative of 10.66 million. Now, when we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. No surprises considering the market conditions. And then when we take a look at the medium, we had more selling than we had buying, but it was still fairly close. And then of course for the large, we had more selling than we had buying as well. As we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 4.78%. So seeing the turnover ratio go up is of no surprise whatsoever. This play has been extremely volatile for quite some time, but again, it has been providing a lot of opportunities for traders. So now let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Lucid Group, let's get some technical things out of the way. First and foremost, we want to see support continue to hold up at the $50 level. If it decides to break through it, then we want to see some strength right at $49. If $49 ends up breaking, then we want to see some strength at $47.50. As far as for the bullish case scenario, we want to see some more price action above $55. Most preferably, we want to see some price action above $57.50 so it can get to that $60 that we are looking for. As far as what you want to pay attention to, it has been trading in quite a tight range. It has brought a lot of opportunities even for beginner traders, and we've been talking about it for quite some time on this channel, and I've also been getting some messages saying, well, you know what, Dre, it has been very consistent. It's either trading in that range between 50 and as well as 55. You can buy calls when you see it pull back into the 50 area, and then you can go back and buy some puts when it gets into the mid 50 area. Again, it was doing this like clockwork. Aside from today though, we ended up seeing that pullback, and that's because of the market as a whole. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential, and there's also a lot of negative market sentiment around the stock. No surprises there whatsoever. We've talked about that for quite some time on this channel, and this is why if you are going to be inside of this play, it is very risky, but at the same time, there are a lot of opportunities. And this is why I emphasize doing your homework and as well as your due diligence before jumping any play, whether you're a trader or whether you are an investor. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see how Lucid performs going into tomorrow, and we'll be talking real soon.